Hey there, everybody, how you doing? So it's nighttime, and it's pretty late, but I've been working on a problem. I've been trying to compile and build and run this C code. It's a snippet from Gstreamer online tutorials, but I've changed the code up and put my own custom pipeline in there. I'm running a Raspberry Pi 5 module, 64-bit with Bookworm OS on it. I'm using Geany as my IDE, and I have this program up, and every time I went up to compile it, it didn't compile. Now, I know a lot about going into edit and going into preferences, and I'll show you this right away. I did plug in only one thing here underneath the in general, and then underneath startup, you go down to paths, and you go to extra plugin path and put in /usr/include /Gstreamer dash 1.0. And in fact, I am actually going to put in GST, because when we're in the program, in the Gstreamer program, we're pulling in a header file, and that header file is in the GST directory. So I'm actually going to make that change. And if it breaks, then I'll go back there and take that out. So the other place to go to is go to build, go to set build commands, and this is the way that you want to set it up if you're using a Raspberry Pi 5 and you're trying to get Gstreamer in C language to work in Geany. And the only thing I had to do was actually go into the C commands, go to compile, and you want to put GCC, put the name of the compiler that you're using, and then a space, and then a dash wall, and then a space, and then dash lowercase c. And then here, these are some of the standard things that you put in for Geany. So in double quotes, there's a % and an F, small f, and then a space, and then a $sign, and then an open parentheses, and then PKG, standing for, I guess, package dash config, meaning configuration package, and then a space, and then double dash C flags, space, double dash libs, double dash Gstreamer dash 1.0, and then close it off with the closing parentheses. And then do not put anything down in the working directory. And then here in the build, it's pretty much the same thing. The only thing you're doing is you're changing the C to the O, the output for the compiler to output the executable, and that is a dash lowercase letter O. And then right here, the same thing that we did up here, we're doing down here. In double quotes, put a %E, and then right here, in double quotes, put a %F. And then this is the same thing as above, right here. So you're good to go there. And then come down here where it says execute commands, and then execute. The only thing you have to do is put sudo. You want temporary privileges, super user privileges. So put sudo down there when you execute your executable. Otherwise, you would have to go in, if you were using a terminal, and you would have to use sudo shaman, and then space plus x, and then the name of the file. So here we're in double quotes, we're putting a period or a dot, /, and then %, and then a lowercase e, and then you're all good to go. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to come in here and do compile, and down here where it's in the compiler, you can see that it says compilation finished successfully. And then I'm going to do the build, and then here it says successful. And then we're going to run the code. There's a couple ways. You can click this little plane icon there, or you can go to build and you can go down and click execute, or you can reach over to your little laptop on your Pi and hit the F5 key. And there you have it. So if anybody's out there and they're trying to configure your Geany IDE on their Raspberry Pi to compile C code, this is the configuration, and I hope that helped you. And I'm trying to build a channel, so if you want to subscribe, go ahead. If not, that's your prerogative. It really would help me out. Give me a like. That'll help. All right, man. Talk to you later.